Welcome to the American Sign Museum. My name is Kevin Wallace. I am one of the tour guides here at the museum, and we have a really great collection here in Cincinnati, Ohio, of over 100 years worth of American sign history. We have signs dating back to the 1870s all the way up through to the 1970s here. The museum was put together by one person. His name is Todd Swarm. He was originally the editor and publisher of Signs of the Times magazine, which is the trade journal for the sign industry, and he was there for about 25 years before he left the business there to start the museum here in Cincinnati. And he originally started off in a tiny little rented art studio. It was around 2,000 square feet, and he crammed as many signs as he could possibly get in there. And that was in about 2005, 2006. And he was in that art studio for about 7 years before Todd was able to move on over to our current location here in the Camp Washington neighborhood, where we now have about 20,000 square feet of sign museum space. And that is actually only half of the space we have here in the museum, or in the building, I should say. We have about 20,000 more square feet to expand into in the future. So over the next couple of years, we should be doubling in size on top of what we already have, which is hundreds and hundreds of classic American signs. We have pre-electric signs dating well before 1900 there, using gold leaf techniques and carved wooden signs, all the way up to your earliest light bulb signs with some of the earliest blinking, flashing light bulbs, some really unique techniques using different forms of glass in front of light bulbs, moving on then into neon technology and how neon sort of took over the United States in the 1930s and all the way up through the 1950s there. It is then followed by plastics and the plastic era, as we call it here in the museum, following World War II and all the way up through the 1970s here. So we cover a large swath of American history with our signs here. Some classic, iconic names and brands like Coca-Cola and McDonald's, as well as some classics like Howard Johnson or Sohio, and plenty of obscure, unique oddities as well. Changeable neon letters, uranium glass neon signs, really unique signs that you probably won't find anywhere else in the world, much less the United States here. The building that we are currently in is 99 years old this year, and it was originally the machine tool shop for the Osterline Machine Tool Company, but it spent the majority of its life as the home of Fashion Frocks, which was the first women's clothing line sold door to door here in the United States. It was Fashion Frocks for most of its life. During World War II, however, it was converted into a parachute factory where it spent the majority of its time during the war effort there making parachutes to help and assist in the war effort. It went back to being women's clothing for some time, but bounced around with a few different businesses, some plumbing supply shops, before finally the American Sign Museum moved in. The building itself was a massive complex that is now 3 separate different buildings, and we occupy 1/3 of that. Outside of the building, you will find some gorgeous murals that were actually painted in 2015 by a group of sign painters called the Letterheads, kind of a play on the Deadheads sort of theme or vibe there. And they painted 6 murals outside of the museum in 5 days, congruently, entirely freehand. No projecting, no tracing, no gridding either, entirely freehand, which was incredible to watch. Also, a number of signs are found outside of the museum as well, though the overwhelming majority of the collection is inside. If you're looking for any more information on the American Sign Museum, you can go to our website. It's americansignmuseum.org. We also have phone number, email information on there. But we want to say thank you to everybody for watching this video. We hope to see you soon here at the museum.